phone should be there. Cool. I am just getting set up here, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm actually going live for the first time within the app, but also, wait, are you guys there? Are you guys there? Oh, there we are. Going live within the app, but I'm also going live on Facebook per my wife's recommendation, which I think is a very good one. Thank you, wife, for that recommendation. All right, let's go live. Here we go. All right, so today, thank you guys so much for joining. Today, as you all know, the point of this live and the point of what we do here at Content Creators is to impart in you all what I've learned over a decade of doing video production. Everything from weddings to full events, right? Very large events that have like concerts that have been on network TV, all the way to private concerts or private events, to traveling the world for Hennessy and Heineken. So I've done a whole lot. Done a whole lot of video over the last 12 years, and in the last, say, 5 to 10 years, we've been transitioning a lot of that video over to social media, right, and getting the benefits of that. And so I've got folks that I work with who are making tens of thousands of dollars, literally 30,000 a month, from YouTube, from Facebook, right, and it all comes from them being very intentional about growing their social media following, right? So that's why I do these lives, is because I know there's people out there who want to accelerate their careers, accelerate their businesses, and really get in front of more people. That's really what at the end of the day, that's how everyone businesses kind of make their money, most businesses, right? If you're business to consumer, you need to get in front of people. Even if you're business to business and you do business that way, the people you're trying to connect with are still other businesses, right? And so the way we do that is through our content. It's through creating video content, creating compelling content that people can get to know you, get to know your products, get to know your services, get more familiar with what you do, fall in love with you, probably more than anything, separate you from everyone else. There's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of people who claim to do what it is that you do. Even if you feel like you have the most unique product out there, it's still very hard to separate you from everyone else that says they have the best, greatest, latest, whatever, right? So the way you separate yourself from the noise is you create your own content. You put yourself on your stage where then people can see you, right? So that's why we do these lives. That's why I go live every week, to really provide answers for you all on how do I maximize this? How do I get the benefit that not only I've gotten, but other people have gotten from their social media, okay? So today we are going to be going into the app. And for those who don't know what the app is, it's called the Content Creators app. I'm going to pull my phone up here in 1 sec. One of the challenging things that I've discovered with my life is that I'm so used to doing content for everyone else that when I'm in front of the camera, it's incredibly difficult to do content for myself. It's incredibly difficult to do content for myself, like do all this setup and be the talent, right? You won't believe how challenging this is, because there's so many moving components that, again, usually I'm just doing for everyone else. But I got y'all. I got y'all. So let me go here. Nope. Let me go there. Yep, perfect. I'm getting my screen. So one of the other things my wife mentioned was, she's like, babe, why don't you go live on Instagram or on TikTok? And I'm like, I would love to. But the challenge is that I'm using my phone to show you all how to get the benefits of social media, right? Okay, so here we go. That is my phone that is now up. Let me make sure that the volume is up just in case I play something. Don't know what it is I would play, but okay, this is my phone, all right? And you see this app down there with the 2 hands, like the logo down there, right there, that logo, 2 hands down there, right? That's the logo for the Content Creators, right? So I'm gonna go into Content Creators, the app. And today we are going to learn, go down to live content. That's where all my lives are. shooting great slow motion. Yay! Okay, so we're talking about editing, right? A lot of people are getting the idea of how to record, right? We're getting that now. We're like, okay, cool. I get the hang of it. Take your camera out, record. That's how you create compelling content. But even when you're recording good content, now you want to get to the edit. One of the easiest editing things that you can do if you're in question or in doubt and you want something fun and funky, the easiest thing you could do is just shoot something slow motion. It makes everything beautiful, right? Now there's a couple ways to shoot in slow motion. So we're gonna go through them today, right? Because I want to be thorough. I want you guys to understand what it means to shoot something slow motion. But literally, you can shoot yourself walking across the street, typing, women flipping your hair, or guys flipping your hair, putting on a shirt. You can do any of that stuff in slow motion and it becomes dramatic. It's one of the easiest editing hacks, okay? So I want to teach you guys today how to shoot something in slow motion, so then you guys can just really maximize that and create dope videos. All right, so first thing, let me make sure I am live in this app first. Am I there? You can do any of that stuff. I am, that's me. Okay, cool. All right. So first thing you want to do is iPhone users or even Android users have some dope slow motion right in the camera, right? So I'm just gonna go to my camera app. Okay, that's everything that's running right now. That's you all right there on the camera. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my camera app, and you guys see at the bottom there, I see photo, video, slow-mo, right? So let's put it in front. Cool. Now, what slow-mo is, in essence, is what you see yourself moving in slow motion, right? After you record it, you see the subject moving in slow motion. But what's really happening is the camera records pictures, okay? A typical movie, the camera records 24 pictures every second. On a soap opera, right, they record typically 30 pictures every second. And you'll hear that called frames, FPS, or frames per second. So when you look at a cinema film, like something in theaters, typically that's 24 frames per second. If you're looking at a soap opera, again, 30 frames per second. You can see videos like home video. When you look at that film, it looks like home video, or these new TVs are translating this, and people are like, oh my God, it looks so real. That's usually filmed in 60 frames per second, or they're showing you in 60 frames per second, right? So just think the frames, I guess this could be a little distracting, huh? You're looking at me and me. All right, just follow me. Don't pay attention to this right now. Okay. When you're shooting the frames, right, the frames are how many pictures it is per second, okay? And that's what I'm showing you. So when I want to slow something down, I'm basically stretching out the timeline. So if something is 24 frames a second, just think if something is 30 seconds, 24 times 30 is a very large number. It's 3, 2, 1, 6, 7, 720 seconds, something like that. And maybe 7,000 seconds, whatever. Large number of frames, right? So that's how many pictures you have, think, in 30 seconds. So if I want to slow that 30 seconds down, I'm basically taking that 30 seconds and I'm stretching it out to say 1 minute, right? If I make something that's 30 seconds, I want to make it a minute, I'm going to take that 30 seconds and I'm pretty much going to cut it in or double it, right? So what's 100%, this is 100% of your timeline, I'm stretching to a minute, so now it's going to be 50%. Y'all follow? All right. So if I stretch that thing out, then basically at 24 frames, if I stretch it out, to 50, to double the time, it leaves me with half the frames. Okay? So instead of having 24 frames a second, if I stretch it out in 30 seconds, if I stretch it out to a minute, I now have 12 frames per second. So if cinema, 24 frames per second, looks like a movie, just think the reason it looks cinematic is because there's actually a delay, right? There's a delay in the timing, right? Let me see if I can demonstrate this. Video. Okay. So in my hand, right? My hand is just moving at a regular pace. You see there's a motion, it's called motion blur. There's a motion blur. There's like a delay in my hand, right? It's crispy, you see my hand the whole time, but then when I do this really fast, there's a slight delay. There's a slight delay because there's not enough frames to capture every moment of my hand moving. It's moving too fast, right? And so that's at 30. If I switch this to 60, it's less of a delay, right? You actually see less delay. And if I made it 24, you would see more of a delay. But if I go into slow-mo, you should almost see no delay. You see my hand the whole time, right? What's happening is the camera is capturing, or it's showing you more frames in a second, okay? So get that concept. Slow-mo, to create good slow-mo, you want to shoot more frames in 1 second. So then when you stretch it out, you don't lose frames. You don't lose pieces. And those dropped frames, those lost frames, it's called delay, right? It looks like a delay. Okay? So at 24 frames, there's a delay. Imagine at 12 frames per second. Then it's going to be like jittery the whole time. That's not going to look good. So that's what happens when you see somebody shoot something in 30 frames, or to shoot something in, regular video, and then they try to slow that thing down themselves. If they try to slow it down themselves and they only have 30 frames, and now you slow it to double, whatever, now you got 15 frames, then you look like you're walking like that, right? But the best slow-mo is when it looks completely smooth, just it's fluid and it's in slow motion. And so the way to achieve that is you got to shoot enough frames that when you slow it down, right, you still have at least 24 frames to make it cinematic. But ideally, if it's social media, you have 30 frames. All right? So I know a lot of folks they struggle with math, right? So bear with me. Okay. So if I want something to go half the speed, right? I want my end result to be 30. I want it to look like social media or look like a soap opera. But I want my end result to be 30 frames a second, but I want to slow it down by half. That means I have to shoot 60 frames a second. So that if I slow it down by half, I have at least 30 frames left to now it still looks slow-mo. Get it? All right, so now if I want to go by a quarter, so I shoot something 60, if I want my end result to be 30, and I want to do 25%, I want to slow it down by a quarter, right? So double and then double again, right? I want to really slow it down. Well, then I need to shoot 30 times 4, right? So it's 30, 60, 60 times 2 is 120. I need to shoot 120. So now I can get down to 20% of that timing, and the end result will still be 30 frames a second, and it'll still look really good. That make sense? All right, that's your math lesson. Okay, so for those who are just artists and they're like, look, Eugene, I don't care about the math. I don't care what's happening. Just show me how to do the slow-mo. This is for you, right? To get to the slow-mo, you want to hit slow-mo. And you'll notice at the top of that slow-mo, it says HD 120. That means it's going to be shooting this in 120 frames per second. Now, I think the back camera, exactly. The back camera can do 240. So you guys see that at the top there? Making sure, yeah. Up there, it says HD 240. My back camera can shoot 240 frames per second. So that means I can go, if my end result is 30, right, frames, that means I can slow this thing down to like 15%, right? Somewhere around there. It's like 12.5%, right? To get some super, super slow-mo, right? That is so good. Okay, but we don't need that. So we're going to do 120, right? So I put it on the front camera. The front camera only gives me 120, but that's still pretty good. I can slow it down by a quarter, all right? So then I'm going to shoot something, but I need to shoot it. I need to shoot something that's going to be moving pretty fast so you guys can understand the effect. Come on. I guess I should have got a stand, huh? Trying to prop my phone up here. All right. Okay, so I need to shoot something in like double time, right? Be really quick with it, so then you guys can see. Okay, so I'm going to go to slow-mo. And what could I shoot? Oh. Don't ask me why I got a wig in my office. But I do. Okay, all right, all right. Hair is always fun because it moves fast enough where you should be able to see it. All right. You see what I do for you guys? You see the lengths I go through to teach here? All right, here we go. So I'm going to shoot the slow-mo. So I'm going to start the slow-mo. And then I'm going to turn around. Yes. Fire. Fire. Okay? Simple as that. All right. Wow, it's hot. Okay. So now I'm going to go to play it. And you guys see that? Ooh, it's a bob too. You didn't see that bob? Oh, fire. All right. Fire. Fire. Oh, look at that. Oh, butters. Butters. All right. So, cool. There we have our slow-mo, right? That's for the iPhone. Now, here's the other thing. If in here I can hit edit, so let's say it's slowing down at the wrong point, right? Like, let's say I don't want the first shake to slow down, or I, see how it goes play and then it slows down there. So it's basically slowing down too early. I don't want that part to slow down. I want when I turn back around to slow down. There. Okay? So the lines at the bottom, those little dotted lines that are down there, I'm going to stretch that until I wanted to start the slow-mo there. Okay? So I move the white back, I hit play, and then I'm going to turn around. Whoa! There's the slow. Okay. Fire. Oh yes, butters. Butters. All right, but now I don't want it to end until there. Okay. Now keep in mind too, when you're doing slow-mo, it takes, without getting too technical on the camera, when you shoot more frames, you lose light. So it makes your picture darker. So you want to make sure you're in a well-lit place when you're doing slow-mo, because because otherwise the camera's going to compensate and it starts to look grainy. So you want to make sure you have a lot of light when you're shooting slow-mo. Fire. Okay, all right, so there's our slow-mo video, okay? Doesn't quite make sense, but now you have something slow-mo. So imagine if you're walking down the street, if you're playing with your dogs or whatever, right? Whatever you're doing, you could be shooting this in slow-mo, and then you add some music to it, and it makes it dramatic automatically, right? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this, and I'm going to prove the point. So I'm gonna go into the app, and here's also the benefit of the app. So in the trends, in the weekly hot trends in our community, you can go in here and definitely jump in and find a sound, right? So the struggle. I'm just clicking on that. Okay. So you could do the trend that's in there. That's how it's intended. But you can also just take the sound. You don't actually have to do the trend, right? So let's say metal clinking behind you. Too many Glockies. Too many Glockies. Too many Glockies. And it's yeah. Okay. Trending sound, right? I already did the research. You don't have to figure it out. Okay. Since it's already trending, you can just use the sound. So I'm gonna click the sound here, 7,000 sounds or videos to the sound, and I can use this sound, upload my video. This is in TikTok, by the way. Upload the video. And then I'm going to turn around. And I'm hit next. So now again, let's say you were just walking again, or playing with your dog in slow motion, or on a red carpet, whatever. You could shoot the slow-mo, put it directly in here, and then I'm going to turn around. Oh. Okay, I know that looks freaky because it's scaring me. Okay, but I don't like... Confirm. I don't like that it waits here, so I'm just going to go straight to probably there. Too many glockies. Okay, so let's try that. Uh-oh. All right, we'll try it again. Next. And then let's try it there. Here. All right, let's try it. Oh, let's start over. Upload here. Next. Let's try that. Okay. Oh, it's not long enough now. Okay, so 11 seconds. I may have to start over. Yeah, okay. All right. We're starting over. Okay, so I'm going to go into the app. Too many glockies. Cancel. Okay, so then I'm going to go here. And I want to start a new video. Plus, down there, start a new video. Nope. Sorry. Let's go back to too many glockies. I want to hit the sound. I want to say use this sound. Okay. I want to hit use the sound. I want to say upload. I want to upload my slow motion video. And I want to start it about there. Yep. Okay. Hit next. What is it doing? What's happening? I'm trying to figure. You see how it started later in the video, okay? When you encounter issues, guys, don't get frustrated. Just, it's a math problem. We just got to figure out the answer. That's actually where I wanted to start. Okay, so I'm going to hit sounds. I'm going to hit volume because the original sound, I don't want to hear me at all. Okay, and I'm going to hit next. Let me see, actually, I want to. I can enhance it. All right, so the sound is too short. Yeah, the song's too short for the video. And so I could keep going back and forth with here, but y'all get the idea, right? Let's see, I want to shorten it even more. Let's see if that works. Okay, that's perfect. Okay. So again, we're going to come to sounds. We're going to go to volume. I'm going to turn down original sound because I don't want to hear me at all. And you just hear the sound. Okay. So you take that and you put a fire, caption. I don't know what you want to say, right? too many proppies. Okay. I know it's a little lame, but it's the only thing I can think of right now. Okay. But that's the idea, guys, is you just take what now is so super simple, right? It's just me sitting in this office with a wig, you put in slow motion, and now it feels like something cinematic and dramatic. Okay? Just that quick, right? So I didn't want to belabor the point, right? That I just kind of want to show you all how to quickly get through a slow motion video and how you can easily use slow motion videos to enhance any video content. It's the super easiest thing to do because it doesn't require a whole lot of editing, but it makes a massive impact. All right. So that's the easiest way to do it. There are a bunch of different ways that you can, again, create slow motion videos. Another quick way to do it is I use Filmic. And now you guys understand the frames, right? So if I'm filming, I go to my settings here. I go to my frame rate right there at the, top second box, right? I hit frame rate. And so now you see the differences. I can do 24 frames. You see my hand kind of moving, right? Looks a little delay-ish. I hit 30. The delay kind of goes away a little bit. Okay, I'm going back to 24. There's 24. There's 30. There's 60. A little less delay. There's 120. Wow. Like hardly no delay. And then there's 240. You see my hand moving the whole time. Okay? You guys see that? Because it's capturing more frames in that second. So just to see dramatic, that's 24. This is 240. Right? It's 10 times the frames. So because of that, if I record in 240, if I record in 240, if I record in 240 frames and then I slow it down, I can slow it down to 10% and have my export be 24 frames and it'll still look super smooth. Okay? Right? So that's your lesson on slow motion. I implore you guys to just make sure you're doing just that. You're using slow motion in your video strategy, right? I know it can be kind of hard of trying to, well, it can be, but you've got the trends that you can do every week. And I just posted up some fire trends yesterday. So make sure you look at those. But even if you can't do the trends, if you don't want to do the dance or get dressed up or do the transition, or if you don't want to do the eyeballs, there are some really easy ones to do. But let's say you don't want to do those and, you want to do something in lifestyle. So if you've got a t-shirt brand, right, like a clothing brand, you could just be walking in your clothing brand or turn around in your clothing brand to reveal a new shirt or whatever. If you want to do video content like that, shoot it in slow motion, and I guarantee you'll see a more dramatic impact. It feels more cinematic. It feels way cooler. And you can put a trending sound to that and get some amazing results. All right? So that's your content strategy for this week. Be sure to tune in every Tuesday, or make sure you go back to the app to see when the next live is. It's going to be next Tuesday. But make sure you guys stay connected to the app to get that trending content. And when you're posting, if you haven't already, make sure to follow Content Creators app on Instagram. Spread the word about the app and about the results you're getting, right? Because that just helps everyone else, right? I'm doing this not just to help one person, but I want to help as many as I can, right? So let's spread the word about the app and about and tell people to use it, and let people know the results that you're getting from it. And let me know the results you're getting from it as well. All right, so that's it, guys. I will talk to you all next week. Thank you.